Clarity. People trust the clear and they mistrust or distrust the ambiguous or overly complex. David Horsager. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Brooke Scott. So I have learned in my experience that this is such a true statement, especially when something is overly complicated. When you have a difficult situation or a very complex idea, that clarity really comes from the simplification of it. You know, when we think about things that happen, changes that are going on, when we are actually clear and direct in our explanation without being, ambiguous, people tend to trust. People trust what we can logically and tangibly explain, right? So, I think about changes in our industry right now and how they're overcomplicated and very difficult to follow. And, there are ways to simplify the message. There are ways to make it clear. I do think that one of the parts of this quote where about being overly ambiguous or being ambiguous, if we don't know the answer, I think it's better to say, I don't know, than it is to try to give this vague, non-answer. Immediately, people tend to distrust us when we don't have an answer. When I think about real estate and when I coach agents and I talk about the question of how's the market, I find that people don't respond well if someone has a very vague or general answer to that question. People like clarity and specifics. So, clarity is something that we all need. Again, when something is overly complex or something is has a lot of detail or maybe emotion attached to it, speaking in a simplified, clear manner will certainly be a positive way to communicate the message that we need to. So think on that. There's lots of changes going on, especially in the real estate industry right now. Simplicity, clarity, breaking it down to the nuts and bolts is what clients are really looking for in the general public. So I hope you guys have a great Wednesday and a great week, and I'll talk to y'all next week.